on, and let's hope that either in turn, when we're all getting very old, will in turn hand on to someone. And we have the Druid Council of Britain carrying on. I'm still their peace officer, and we have an attempt to create a European-wide Druid Peace Council, which I'm working with colleagues, some of whom I hope will be at the Stonehenge online Peace Festival, because Stonehenge is sacred not just for, Druids in Britain, but throughout Europe and throughout the world. They found archaeological remains there. The Amesbury Archer was from Europe, actually. And so in the days when the very first wooden post holes were being developed and the temple at Stonehenge was going up, it was attached to the mainland. You could walk all the way from me in France across to Stonehenge when it was a wooden temple. And so the bonds of Druidry that unite the peoples of all Europe in one common bond of love and fraternity and sorority, they're still strong. And that's why we celebrate the summer solstice here in Europe as well as throughout the world, actually. As I say, there's going to be wisdom people tuning in from all over. So with that, I want to wish everyone, we've got 2 weeks to go before the summer solstice, so get in touch if you want to be part of that event. Otherwise, just celebrate it in your own way, whatever your faith. It's the return of, it's actually Midsummer Day is what it's called. And so this is the Midsummer Solstice Peace Festival. I'm going to finish with a poem, as I like to do, because as a bard and poet, I will be reading some poems, I hope, during that 24-hour event. And if other poets are out there that want to contribute and, you have some poems you want to share, then please do get in touch with me. And I will put you on the programme somewhere. I'll discuss it with the programme committee. Because we have there's a group of us involved with this. Right, now, which poem? I keep finding poems and then losing them. It's always the way, isn't it? Oh dear, now I've just got to do the old open at random thing. Lord, right. Okay, this is a poem called Circular Economy. Let me just give you a tiny bit of background before I finish reading it. I went to a conference in Delhi, I think in 2015, I think I wrote the poem there, which was dedicated to the life and works of Acharya Tulsi. It was his 100th anniversary of his birth, I believe. Acharya Tulsi was a Jain saint who I had the privilege of meeting at my conference in India when I went to Jaipur for the first time. We met at the University of Ladman. It was a wonderful conference, and he was a real seer. And I've just read a book by my colleague Dr. S.L. Gandhi about his disciple, Mahapragya. Acharya Tulsi was fierce in his devotion to truth. He believed that the Jain insights should be updated for modernity, and that religion, dharma, is not something that stays still. It's not something you kind of have and you have a label, like I'm a Jain. No, to be a Jain means to be a victor, and you have to apply the insights of non-attachment to ideologies. That is the essence of Jainism. The Jain stays free of ownership of any ideological construct. You're not a theist, a polytheist, an atheist, whatever. You're a free spirit on the search for ultimate enlightenment, not just for yourself, but for the entire planet. And your methodology is non-violence, but that also means intellectual non-violence. So you don't attack other people. You have the right to defend that space of freedom of thought and freedom of inquiry. And this became what's called skepticism. When Piro of Elis brought it back from India to Europe, he launched the skeptical tradition. The idea of epoche, suspending judgment. These are all Jain ideas, right? So it's been influential behind the scenes. Anyway, I was impressed. I met Acharya Tulsi, and he was he was a good intellectual, and then sadly he died. Handed over to Mahapragya, who I also met several times. But anyway, I was invited to India for this conference in his honour, and there were many great scholars assembled from all over the planet. I met professors of this, that and the other. There's a professor of Jain studies at SOAS, one of my old stomping grounds in Bloomsbury. And we had a great old conference. The people that organised it were Jains in Antwerp, where there's a significant Jain community, who were very interested in the idea of the circular economy, which is a sort of buzzword that's in green circles. Everything should be recycled. Nothing should be linearly wasted. You can make new stuff out of old stuff. And it's a very good idea. I mean, it should be, of course, adopted as a concept in the way we organise economic arrangements for society, and in a green or socialist or democratic world system of economics, that is obviously how things should be. We're not there yet, because we have these corporate, elite, greedy, rich billionaires trying to take over the planet, But they're not going to win, guys. Anyway, I'm going to defeat them with poetry, if not with philosophy. So here's my little poem. It's called Circular Economy. Circular economy, life and death. The death of stars, the birth of suns. The light between stretches, poised. A yoga of becoming other. The death of leaves, autumnal tresses falling down, the yellowing of age, the lines on your hands, the seeds falling through space, the crux of the matter, old sacraments, the bell ringing. Continual growth, that old lie, it's death makes wealth. You can even hear the words echo in the sound's pith. Generation after generation crumbles away. I remember the slow walk of my grandfather as I, a boy, sought to learn what were his secrets. The mother to the daughter gifts endless secrets. She goes looking for her at night, persistently. It is the love that leads us to the circular economy. We trudge on, foot after one another, on this round world ball. Our heart's blood beats inwards and outwards, exploring all those inner mysteries, empowering the nerves. Our webs take in the marriage of the circular egg and the flashing, flickering sperm trails, growing in spirals, burning in ecstasy. The circular economy is life and death, both. I remember my father going into the fire and the flames and the vows I took to complete his work. Who will vow to complete your work? What love will you be given? What circular economy of breasts and limbs to delight your heart and soul, and coax you back into form again. Okay, shalom, that's my poem of the day. And with that I'm going to ring my little bardic bell and wish you farewell.